Last week, I ventured out into the real world for the first time since February 2020. February 2020 was the last time that I did a keynote speech in person at London Excel Centre. And who would have guessed that that would be turned into an emergency hospital just a short while later. But last week, I've been doing Zoom keynotes since then, but last week was the first time that I went back into London to deliver a keynote for 170 ITV execs on their away day, and talking about smart wellness and teaching them basic biohacks. And one of the questions that came up in that session was about the shortening days and how to stay well in the autumn and the winter. And this is a very excellent question, because it becomes more difficult when the days get shorter and when the days get darker. And this is because of the way that our brain processes light, and in particular the master clock, the neurons in our suprachiasmatic nuclei, the way that those are regulated by daylight. And if you think about, if you've seen my other videos or read my book or seen other content about the effects of light and blue light and how to stop blue light messing up your sleep timer in the evening by wearing blue light blocker glasses, or I was told the other day that on Dragon's Den, someone had created a blue light blocking film for computer screens and things like that. So, you know, this science is getting out into mainstream, which is good. But the hack in the morning that, you know, I keep banging on about is to go outside as early as you can to get some natural daylight, because those cells need natural daylight to be triggered. Now, I'm going to share a little experiment that I did last week, and this is what I showed in my keynote. So hopefully you can see this slide. On the right, just below my face here, you can see the numbers 531. This was me standing inside my lounge window on a sunny day, recording or measuring the power of the light, of the daylight. And you can see it's 531 lux. Okay, then I immediately went outside, and that 531 was in the window. Immediately outside, you can see the rays of sun in this photo, and the power of the light outside when I was in the garden, just looking up at the sky, not looking at the light, not looking at the sun. That's dangerous, we know, but you know, just looking up at the sky, 103,000 lux. Right, now I'm just going to go back just to remind you. So inside it was 531. That's the power of that natural daylight, which is very, very low because it's being filtered by the glass. And then outside, where I'm in the direct sunlight, 103,000 lux. That is a massive difference. And these ancient systems have been developed in the outdoor environment. We're spending a lot of time indoors. So if you think about, the days are getting darker because it's more cloudy in the UK in particular. And so it's very dark inside. And it becomes even more critical that you go out in the morning as soon as it gets light. And obviously, you know, sunrise is getting later now, so it's even easier to see the sunrise now because you don't have to get up super early. You can kind of see sunrise at 6:30 at the moment, and so get that early daylight exposure, but then get as much exposure as you can throughout the day, because indoors during the winter we're using a lot of artificial light because we're in dark buildings, and obviously the amount of hours of daylight is shorter. So this hack, the daylight hack, becomes even more critical in the winter. And we need to be supplementing vitamin D. So in the UK in particular, we should all be on a vitamin D supplement. I use a spray every day, and also still try and get as much natural daylight exposure as I can by going outside, going walking. So remember, if you just go for a walk instead of going to the gym, you're getting that natural daylight exposure, which is helping your circadian clock and also giving you a vitamin D dose at the same time. So I hope that has helped hammer home the message of how important it is to get outdoors at this time of year.